Hi everyone, welcome back to the Pikmin 2 playthrough. I hope all of you celebrate Christmas, got a very merry one. I myself, I got way too many games for Christmas. Well, I only had one game as a gift, but then I went ahead and bought myself 10 of them because, well, Steam was having a sale and how could I resist that? I mean, come on, Super Meat Boy for 84 cents? That's a steal, man! Also, Merry Christmas to all of those who were lucky to be my Steam friends and got a gift. So for today, we're going to the new area, the Perplexing Pool. And I kind of lied. I will probably be doing a cave in this day because there's one that's really easy that you can have access to almost immediately. But the priority here is to get the yellow Pikmin, of course, which is what I will do. And what do you have to say, Rob? Oh, white Pikmin, yeah, they're in his, basically the same place as the purple Pikmin is. The only place where you can take out two different colors of Pikmin. But for now, what I have to do is take out lots of red Pikmin, a lot of them, really. 65. I'll take out 50. I'll also take out a few purples. 10 should be good. And I'll take out some whites as well. It's important to remember that you can't make any more purple or white Pikmin out in the open, so you're kind of risking things when you're playing with them on the overworld. And the game basically just shows you that yellow Pikmin are here, and you should be getting them right now. Quite important, in fact. They are wild Pikmin. But I'm sure if I get close enough to them, they will all of a sudden join me. Actually, in the play control version, since I'm playing with the Wiimote, I have infinity distance that I can... Ah, man, I missed. Okay, I'll paralyze this thing. It's the yellow Wollywog, which has a different name in Europe because Wog is a racist slang. It's a creature that's quite dangerous because it can squish your Pikmin, which is instant death for them. Anyway, this is the cave I will be going into once I have a sufficient amount of yellow Pikmin with me. It's a very easy cave, and it was clearly it's intended for you to get to it immediately as soon as you get into this area. I think I'll leave this frog alone here. This one over there is kind of dangerous, but I'll leave it alone as well. What I have to do right here is I have to use my purple Pikmin to send my entire army up here, and I'm gonna place them like this. Except it won't work. Try to place them, because I want them, most of them, to stay with me. Well, I completely screwed that up. I really shouldn't be wasting so much time right now. Quite hard to keep throwing purple Pikmin when they keep changing colors arbitrarily for me. Ah, too late. Except then it suddenly worked. I'll leave these purple Pikmin right here. I'll get them later, maybe. Actually, you know what? Let's be safe. I'll leave Louie right here. He can take care of those purple Pikmin. That being said, there is an annoying snooping snitch bug right here. If you throw a purple Pikmin on it, it will immediately fall. Unfortunately, throwing a purple Pikmin on it is quite difficult. Just throwing a few Pikmin on it is good enough though, really. Then just swarm it with roughly 50 and it's instant death for it. Not difficult. Then there's this monster, the fiery bullbacks. It's on fire, which means only red Pikmin can attack it safely, but honestly, I'd rather just petrify it and then put red Pikmin on it. It's a very annoying monster because it's on fire. And even if you petrify it, which I will do right now. Yeah, right now. Even when you petrify it, it's still on fire, which means it will still hurt like non-red Pikmin, and you too if you're not immune to fire. So the Ultra Bitter Spray is like, it's one of the things you'll commonly use against this thing. Okay, fortunately I managed to beat it. Anyway, this is the reason I have all my white Pikmin with me right now, because I need them. Bring this gate down. Oops. I threw a few reds. And unfortunately, I had to call all my white Pikmin back because the red was stuck on the thing. Is that all of them? Okay, I think that's all of them. I'll leave this fiery bullbox here because it's quite important, and I'll basically just go ahead and get this bridge down right over here in order to proceed. Also, there's this fiery blowhog right here. I can paralyze it with one of my purple Pikmin, except I really didn't. As some of you may have noticed, it can really throw your Pikmin pretty far away. This fiery blowhog right here, you actually want to be careful with it because it can accidentally put your Pikmin in the water. Anyway, there's this stain right here. It's a mold-like botanical entity. It's basically, you can break it down, but it takes a lot of time, especially on this day, so I don't recommend it. Instead, I recommend breaking this thing down first. There is a treasure up here, but I'm not sure if I can get it right now. I'll actually try. Also, there's rocks here. They basically work the same as patches of grass. As some of you have noticed, the purple Pikmin just suddenly starting to go in and try to break them down. I think it's possible for purple Pikmin to get this thing, but I never got it right myself. So I'm not gonna try it. You want to be paying attention to these Pikmin breaking down this bridge because at the end of this, once they're done, they have a special surprise waiting for them. I'm just gonna go ahead and get Louie to pick these Pikmins up. Bridge is almost done. Almost done. Just one more thing. One more. It takes a bit of time to get this bridge done. Surprisingly enough. Okay, they have a special surprise. Sheer wigs. I don't think the Pikmin making the bridge will get caught by them, but yeah, if they're the Pikmin carrying stuff back will get caught by them. Fortunately, I didn't lose a single Pikmin. That's actually a very good thing. And also, fortunately, I'm not making any of my Pikmin carry these corpses back because they're unnecessary. Yeah, they're unnecessary. In fact, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put all my Pikmin back in their onion. Because the white Pikmin are now done with breaking down the gate. Which means Olimar has to walk all the way back. I think it'd be faster if I used Louie to go all the way back, but Louie, he's just there to keep the purple Pikmin I left behind safe. There is an upgrade that makes your captains move faster, and it is quite useful if you ask me, because moving fast is very useful in this game. Anyway, I'm leaving all the corpses around because the yellow Pikmin will need them. And one of the advantages of the play control version of Pikmin 2 is that you can call the yellow Pikmin from pretty far. I'm not sure if you can call them while the gate is still up, but the fact you can call them from so far is quite convenient. Because it means they join up with you a bit, like 1 second faster than they would in the GameCube version. Something like that. Anyway, now that I have yellow Pikmin, I have to start breaking down and getting some pellets. So, when you have colored Pikmin like my white Pikmin that are helping carry some stuff around, I believe they'll try to bring the pellet to the closest one, the closest onion. So since the yellow onion is clearly closer than every other onion, that means the white Pikmin, even if I only put them on the pellet, they'll only carry... Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. So basically, red is the priority when it comes to bringing corpses and pellets back, yeah. It's quite unfortunate. I wish it was basically just them bringing back to the closest onion. I suppose it could also be random. But I am of the opinion, based on my observations, that they just prioritize red over everything. But if a single yellow Pikmin goes into a corpse, I believe it automatically switches it up to green it. Yeah, so it's red right now. But as soon as you add one yellow, it's suddenly yellow. Okay. That's fair enough. I guess I'll get myself a few flower yellow Pikmin by using these patches of grass. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna get them to carry all this stuff back, too. Louie, go ahead and take the purple Pikmin back, please. I suppose if there was a gate around, I'd have these Pikmin work on it, but I'm not sure what it could be. There is a gate over there, but you need blue Pikmin to bring it down. Unless you want to put your Pikmin above the thing. I guess that could work. Not a safe thing to do, though. There's lots of sequence breaking that can be done in this area, by the way. In fact, I think it's like the most massive area, which means it's the one that requires the most sequence breaking. Which means it's quite difficult to get everything in this area in the first day. Anyway, nectar to be used, so I have more flower Pikmin. And I guess I'll get that spatula or whatever this instrument is up here right now. If I can just reach it. You're supposed to throw them from here. And sometimes they get stuck on the thing, so like they're having trouble trying to pick it up right now. I think they'll get it. Yeah, then they got it. Oh, and now there's another annoying bug right there. I can never get that name. I just call it annoying, really. That's what it is. There's two in this map, so I already got rid of one. Just need to get rid of the other one right there. I have just enough time to make a few more yellow Pikmin, and I think I'll just, like, go into the cave then. And I got one treasure back from the overworld, as promised. It is... Impediment Scourge. Or Scourge. Yeah, Scourge. The Scourge. Got the meaning of that word from Warcraft 3. Yeah, when it goes back into the air, it'll get rid of the Pikmin on it. That being said, it's not that difficult to get it back down. You just need, I think you just need one Pikmin back on it to get it back down. Well, I guess I better also show what this thing is. Like by breaking it down. Well, I'll take a few Pikmin back just to go ahead and take a few things back to the base. Because these shearwig corpses, they're worth quite a few Pikmin sprouts. No. Wait, it's being back to yellow one? Okay, so when it's a yellow pellet or yellow pellet, it will in fact bring it back to its proper color. That's kind of convenient. I think that's good enough. There's more nectar over here if I want some. Oh, actually, well, that's good enough. Anyway, some of you may have noticed the thing's shrinking right here, and because of that, a plant is coming back up. This is what these things are for. They're basically covering ultra bitter or spicy sprays. So by getting rid of this thing, you're actually like bringing these plants back to life, or allowing them to sprout, which means you can get the berries. However, once you're done, the whisker caterpillars will start popping up immediately and they'll annoy you. Unfortunately enough. But since it hasn't sprouted yet, I don't think we'll be able to, like, get rid of the caterpillars. Really? Oh, there it is. Well, we can get rid of it now. But I'm really running out of time. And unfortunately, one of them started climbing. Oh, there's three? Oh, I thought there was only two. Get rid of it, please. Okay, I got rid of them, but I don't have enough time to bring them back, do I? Well, the white Pikmin are bringing it back to the yellow onion, so maybe it is random which color the Pikmin brings this stuff back. You know, I'm really running out of time now. I'm really playing it close to the chest. I have to go and get to the cave right now if I want to do it at all. The Citadel of Spiders. Just making sure that I have all the Pikmin with me right now. Something you have to really make sure of. Although, if I go in the cave, all the Pikmin go back to their onions no matter what. So, yeah, that's some danger out of the way. If you leave all these Pikmin here as seeds, there will be... Oh, crap, already? I have to hurry up. Almost sundown, hurry up. Maybe, well, who knows? Maybe, in fact, I will be spending this day not doing a single cave. $15. Where are the other 15? Does Louis have them? Or no, they're at the base because of reasons. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to make them all flower Pikmin. I'm just gonna go ahead right to the cave and make sure none of them go stray. I could have stopped by the nectars right there, but there's gonna be plenty of time to make them flower Pikmin when I'm inside the cave. I have enough time to get those over here, though. See how convenient this is? Anyway, cave is right here. All 100 Pikmin are with me. Inside the cave. Let's go. Anyway, oh. Well, there's a fire warning, but really, what you need here is yellow Pikmin and white Pikmin for treasure that's underground. If I don't get everything, I can always go back to it anyway. So part of the reason I want to do the Citadel Spiders is because it's a really easy area and it'd be kind of unfitting for me to do it later on because it happens much later. And this is an annoying enemy. I don't think it can kill any of your Pikmin, but if you try to swarm it right away, it pushes all your Pikmin out. Not sure what... Oh, also there's shearwigs around. Careful of those. This enemy, if you try to swarm it, as I said, it'll push them all away, which is really annoying. But if you throw a Pikmin on its head, it's instant kill. So if you see them in advance and you know it's an enemy, basically just throw a Pikmin on them and it'll defeat them instantly. No annoyances. And quite unfortunately, there's quite a few of them. See? Instant kill. And more shearwigs. Shearwigs are actually kind of special. If they go in water, I believe they die quickly. It was like that in Pikmin 1. For Pikmin 2, I don't think they ever really get into the water, but I believe they will die if they get to it. But if you deal a bit of damage to them, but not enough to kill them, they'll start flying and they'll regenerate their HP while they're flying. And the trick there is that you're supposed to throw a Pikmin on them to kill them instantly when they do that. In Pikmin 3 since there's a type of Pikmin that flies, it's just like the idea is that you're supposed to use winged Pikmin to deal with them. Anyway, there's a treasure right here. Let's go take it. It's a tomato. I think that's the only treasure. There might be another one. Like a trèfle. That's my French term for it. A club. Yeah, a club. No, it's not a club. I'm not sure what the English word for it is, but I think there might be... It's shaped like these things, these plants. A clover. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Not the four-leafed clover, just the three-leafed clover. Or maybe it is four-leafed? I'm not sure. Anyway, that was actually the only treasure in this place, so let's just proceed down further. And get out of my way, Louis, jeez. Alright, floor 2, more treasure. And there's the fire springs. And also the colored spiders. Unfortunately, there's wollywogs too. I wasn't expecting them, and since I don't have purple Pikmin with me, it means I have to deal with them with the traditional way. Which is actually basically the same way you would deal with them with purple Pikmin, but here, what you're basically doing is waiting for them to be like pretty far, and then you throw a bunch of Pikmin on them, and hope for the best that they don't get squished. Unfortunately, I got lucky this time. I do believe if you call your Pikmin fast enough, they'll be safe, but sometimes you just don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk throwing Pikmin right into like where they are. And also that monster had a treasure, some of you see there. So even generic monsters can be hiding treasures in them. Which means you have to basically destroy everything. Pikmin 2 supports genocide. And random eggs falling out of nowhere. Random eggs can be good though, although occasionally they'll contain Mythites, and Mythites are annoying. Especially when you don't have purple Pikmin with you. Here's the thing about the colored spiders right over there. Whenever they see a corpse or anything that you can carry, they'll try to use it as a shell to protect themselves. Annoyingly enough. So you want to get rid of the spiders before you like try to get any treasure from or try to defeat anything else around. Because if there's like multiples near each other, they'll use each other as like protection. Their own corpses. The Breton corpses. And here we have Royal Crown Cola. Probably another brand that's not from around here. French Canada. In fact, it could be from all the way in New Zealand. Apparently the Kiwi brand was actually New Zealand related. Not American related at all. The most dangerous variant of these spiders is the yellow one. Because electricity is so deadly. The fire one is not that dangerous. Neither is the... Oh, come on, really? See, my Pikmin there were safe because they weren't like in the shadow of this thing. That's why I didn't like rush to them. There we go. Come back, frog. Come on, jump. We throw Pikmin on your head, and then you die. Good. Frog is dumb. Kill the rest of the spiders. Actually, no. You know what? The spiders are passive. They won't attack you. They only defend themselves, really. There is an aggressive one, but it's not here yet. So, as some of you see here, this spider right here took the Wollywog's corpse as its protection, so it's extra hard to beat it now. That being said, I don't really care about them taking other monsters' corpses as protection, because I don't really need those corpses. But I will defeat it anyway, just to show what happens when you break their shield. It is easier if you throw Pikmin on their heads, of course. If you just like have them fall on it, it's actually more dangerous. If you throw it directly on their head, well, the Pikmin basically start attacking it immediately. There we go. That's done with. There's one more right here that I don't have to get rid of, but I will anyway. There we go. And then there's this little ducky right here that will take. I do believe that you can have infinity amount of Pikmins digging up something. And by infinity I mean of course 100, but still. It's kind of strange decision. Because I'm pretty sure Pikmin aren't supposed to all be able to fit in that like circle. Anyway, we got the ducky's head. Or so you would think. It's actually a paradoxical enigma. Is it a bunny, not a bunny, a duck's head? Or a rabbit's head? Think about it, guys. Actually, I really do think it looks more like a duck's head because there's a treasure that closely resembles that later on, but still, it is a neat reference that some people won't get. At least I think that's what it was referencing. Alright, new enemy here. It's the electric beetles. That's what I'm calling them. That's not their name, but that's what I call them. They're not dangerous at all if there's only one of them. Whenever there's more than one, you have to be careful. Electricity is instant kill, as I reminded you guys, so be extremely careful around it. These creatures are fairly passive, and as I said, they're not dangerous at all if there's only one of them. When there's two though, make sure you pay attention to where the second one is. Basically, when they're ready to like do an electrical surge with another one of them, they'll start like doing that animation with electricity, and then they'll move towards the direction of the beetle they'll be doing the connection with. Fortunately, that didn't happen, so we didn't get to see them in action. But that's just fine by me. And where did that guy came from? I guess that was a secret enemy. That happens occasionally. Oh, and but what do you know? We found an ultra bitter spice dose. And by ultra bitter spice, I mean ultra bitter spray, of course. Since this is such a valuable spray, I am clearly going to use the exploitative on it, especially because I don't have any right now. I really want the ultra bitter spice for tough enemies. the fiery bullbox is one of those tough enemies. I haven't even started explaining why the fiery bullbox is really all that dangerous. It's gonna come up later, but it's really one of those creatures you really want to have the ultra bitter spray ready for. There is also some bosses you want the ultra bitter spray for, but for the most part it's generic enemies that are just happen to be incredibly tough. When I beat the fiery bullbox, it left its corpse behind, but if you kill something while it's petrified by the ultra bitter spray, it doesn't get a corpse. It does drop yellow nectar though, and perhaps even like sprays too. Okay, cool. We got a royal candy pop bud flower here. There's not much point for me to show what it does right now because I have 100 Pikmin. But if you don't have 100 Pikmin, like if you have 90, let's say, and you throw a Pikmin inside, any type of Pikmin inside, and whatever color the royal candy pop bud is, it'll throw 9 to 10 of that color back to you. So in some caves, those stains are extremely useful. And I believe in speedruns, they're also extremely useful. Anyway, see, the beetle's in action. If you're even close to electricity, your Pikmin are done. Fortunately, yellow Pikmin happen to be immune to electricity in this game, even though they weren't in the previous game. So you'll want to use them for this very often. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this about beetles. They're invincible unless you flip them over. That's also why purple Pikmin are also very effective against them. You just throw them in their vicinity and they'll flip over, no matter what. Saying nothing of damage. Anyway, you are annoying, so you will be destroyed. Alright, there's a treasure right here that you have to dig up. So that's the first treasure you need white Pikmin for. There's another one later on, though. The memorial shell. Going back to these flowers, besides the fact that sometimes you might enter a cave without 100 Pikmin, they're also useful if you lost a bunch of Pikmin and need a few more. And here we have Sunluck Water Chestnuts. It's a patient tester. Patience tester. Sometimes I say words wrong, and I don't realize it, unfortunately. I do try to correct my mistakes, though. Do I have a flower Pikmin? I think I do. Yeah, I do. No, I mean, I have flower Pikmin. I meant, do I have a leaf Pikmin? Because as you do combat and whatever with all your Pikmin, sometimes they'll revert back to a leaf Pikmin, which means you have to feed them back yellow nectar. That being said, this is far and away the easiest game to get flower Pikmin in. Because of the cave system. In fact, that eggs with yellow nectar drop out of nowhere. Anyway, here we got water dumples. They were on the overworld, but I never saw one. They eat pretty fast, so be careful. They're usually like in their natural habitat in water. And there's no... Throwing Pikmin on top of their head doesn't kill them instantly, but it seems to be the best way to handle them. There's also the having them go out of their aggro range and then storming them while they're going back. It's kind of a cheap trick to use, but it is the safest one to use. I believe they can eat up to 2 Pikmin at a time, but they eat pretty fast. Now we have another monster over here. It's, I don't know what its name is. It's really complicated. It's one of the more annoying new enemies introduced in Pikmin 2. Basically, what you have to do is you have to goad it into, like, trying to get your Pikmin. And you have to make sure your Pikmin don't get hit or get caught. Because if it catches a Pikmin, it's more defended. And it quickly goes back to its nest, which means leaves you little opportunity to deal any damage against it. It's obviously safer to deal with this thing with less Pikmin, because that means less of a crowd for it to catch a Pikmin out of. But whatever you do, don't try to swarm it while it's still in its nest. It won't end well. Not to mention, I think it retreats back into its nest if you try that. Oh, and obviously make sure all your Pikmin are flower Pikmin, because it's pretty fast. Oh, and can I make more white Pikmin over here? Good. So I guess except for the treasure in the previous floor, you can have white Pikmin ready for the next floor, which will require some of them. It's always useful to make more of a white or purple Pikmin, especially purple Pikmin. But having a good amount of white Pikmin for the final area is also a good thing, really. Because you have to break down some gates, you have to break down with them because of the poison effect. Oh, and the cave is over here. I guess I'll leave some Pikmin working on it right now. But there should be a treasure around here. Yes, here it is. Ah, it's the Bowser matches. That's the treasure I was wondering about a few caves ago. It's quite an iconic treasure for me just because it has Bowser on it. Not to mention it's animated because you can see the match inside. Kind of a cool thing. Bowser's Brett brand. Something like that. The Flame of Tomorrow. One more treasure over there, which means I have to get rid of the other monster. Creature. I really should call them creatures. Also, I really have to be more careful around fire. Although the Pikmin are kind of dumb with these fire springs, I believe they like... Every time they hit it, they jump to the other side. Dumbly enough. And actually, this is a really dangerous position I am in right here. Because of the enemy position. Really dangerous. Wow. I got quite unlucky with this spawn. Okay, let's try this. Like this. Gonna come, buddy? Gonna come? There we go. Oh, I got one! As you can see, it's really well defended, and I can't do any damage against it. So that's one Pikmin lost in such a long time. And that's another one caught by the Thane, and the water dumple caught yet another one. Wow. So that's 3 Pikmin, well, 4 Pikmin lost. Just because of that fire spring, how well it was placed. I could have probably handled this situation better, but honestly, that stupid thing had to catch one of my Pikmin. I don't want to play it too safe, though. I want to deal with my losses. Oh, come on. This is the reason why you don't want leaf Pikmin. Because they get caught easily by these things. There. I was sure I was going to catch one more, but fortunately I got lucky. This time. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could just like well, no, with the water dumple it would have been impossible to say nothing in the fire screen, but if you're dealing with these things, if they're covering a treasure and there's nothing else around, it might be better to just like bring the minimum amount of Pikmin you need to carry the thing, and once it tries to grab the Pikmin, just ignore it and go for the treasure. That way you don't have to deal with it at all. But the way the things were positioned here, it was just a really nasty setup. A very nasty setup. I couldn't take care of the water dumple because it was too close to the monster. I guess the only way I could have taken care of the water dumple if I aggroed it out of the way, but the fire spring was also in the way. And that's what I wanted to get rid of first. The time capsule treasure is kind of cute, but I don't care that much about it. It's too bad that Royal Candy Bop Bud is back on the previous floor. Now I can't get back to it, which means I lost 5 Pikmin because of it. None of them are poisoned though, which means I didn't get to show the poison effect on the creature. And by none of them are poisoned, I of course mean none of them are white Pikmin that got eaten. That should be a good thing though. You don't want to lose white Pikmin, or especially purple Pikmin. Anyway, it's already at the final floor. This dungeon, this cave place is really forgettable. Because the treasure really isn't that great once you've already gotten it in a previous playthrough. You know, there's a nasty setup of a treasure right here. I occasionally missed it when I was younger, but now I'm always aware of it. It's a pretty neat gem though. Anyway, as for the boss, it's pretty obvious what it is based on the spider web. And I only want to use yellow Pikmin for it because it's yellow Pikmin's fight. It's Beady Longlegs. And that was kind of a rude interruption with the treasure right there, but that's kind of my fault. And it's also a diamond. A regal diamond. Nifty. Anyway, when this thing like does its intro, it doesn't actually crush any Pikmin. Even though it kind of looked like it crushed some Pikmin, it didn't count because it would be rude if that happened. Anyway, for this boss, you just kind of want to wait for it to like do its thing and like move around. It moves one of its legs at a time. So you just, well, not one at a time, but it moves its legs in a weird. Maybe I'm just thinking of the next, like a future boss involving this design, but this monster is pretty simple, especially with yellow Pikmin, because they can reach the bud fairly easily. It doesn't have much HP either, so you can really easily beat it. This monster was really nerfed from the previous game, BD Longlegs, because in the previous game it was a lot faster, it was a lot more bigger too. In this game it doesn't have lots of HP, and well, as long as you keep a good distance and make sure to throw your Pikmin at the right time, a single one of them will get crushed. Anyway, our reward is a key, and the key is kind of useless now because it unlocks a mode, and since I've already unlocked it, it does nothing now. So I'm just going to leave these Pikmin to carry this thing back and go stand by the geyser and wait for them to be done. We got the key. Yep. Simple name for a simple object. It also had a unique treasure find tune. It's a parallel dimension object that unlocks the challenge mode. Except we already have challenge mode, so it does nothing. And it is a worthless device now. One of the few times Rob is not right. Anyway, that's it for this cave. It's roughly the same length as the previous caves were. But I still feel it's kind of like boring. Just because of how easy the boss is, how worthless the treasure is, and really there's not much to it. The most memorable thing about this place for me is the Flame of Tomorrow treasure. Because it has Bowser's face on it. Unfortunate about the Pikmin losses here, but I will deal with them. I really want to deal with the losses I have in this game. However tragic they may be. No saves coming this time. Also, the background doesn't look really good when it's like near nighttime. How much time is there left? 3 seconds? Yeah, 3 seconds. Anyway, 40% of the depth recovered. I'm pretty sure we're near 50% already. And that's pretty much it for today. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going back here tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going back to the Awakening Wood. Because I need to go unlock the blue Pikmin. Of course, there's nothing stopping us from staying in the perplexing pool, but that's not really a wise idea, if you ask me. You know, considering it's an area filled with water. Anyway, the president is basically telling us terrible news here. He thought he went to Happy Hoctate Savings and Loan, but it seems his loan came from the shop next door. All devouring black hole loan sharks. Oops! That's quite a inventive name right there. Pretty sure TV Tropes actually had that name for like money launderers or something like that for a while. Anyway, next time we're going back to Awakening Wood. I have a question for you guys. There's 2 caves left. Do you guys want me... I want to do a poll right now, but I'm not sure how I should go about presenting it. Okay, here's how we're gonna present how I'm gonna present the poll of the day. Poll of the day: do you guys prefer birds or bulborbs? Vote in the comments section below. Your decision might influence what I will do in this area tomorrow. Maybe, for the most part. Because I might end the Awakening Wood in the next day. You know? Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this video otherwise, and hope you all have a very nice day. Bye-bye!